winning all the bows, has the belt and all of that. He ought to be awfully glad that he had Jimmy Hart with him. Let's go to Jackson, Tennessee, in the Jackson Coliseum. You'll see the Southern heavyweight title between Valiant and Ellering.
Down, trying to pull Jimmy off the rope, reaches up and nails handsome Jimmy with that walking stick. Jimmy's got a bad cut on his head where Hart hit him. The referee was down trying to pull him loose. And Paul Ellering taking advantage of it, slugging him. Puts Jimmy down, drops with the elbow. Handsome Jimmy covered on his face. Ellering rips the patch off his eye. Jimmy bleeding profusely about the head where Hart leaned up over while the referee was down and nailed Jimmy with that stick. The referee counting on him. 12 minutes in, Paul Ellering taking advantage of the help from Jimmy Hart. Nails handsome Jimmy again. Goes after him. Count of one. Valiant starts kicking out. Jimmy is a mess. He is bleeding profusely. Count of one. Remember, that title is at stake. And Ellering flexing his muscles, hollering, "I got him." Oh, and Jimmy back down. Ellering goes right after him. The referee telling him to get up off the eyes. Is Ellering going after the eyes? The referee could stop this one, although it's doubtful with the championship at stake and Jimmy being the champion. Ellering lifts him in the air, drives him down on the atomic drop. Boy, you figure Ellering just pumped up 243 pounds, held him up over his head. He's now climbing up on the ropes. Comes off the ropes and Valiant out of the way. Ellering hits the deck hard. 13 and a half minutes into this match. Valiant covered with blood, still pouring blood out of him, where Jimmy Hart nailed him with that stick. Valiant hops Ellering as he comes off the ropes, puts Paul down. Valiant sensing that his title in trouble, fighting his way back. Pounding Ellering. Slams his head into the turnbuckle. Handsome Jimmy, numb and oblivious to the cut. And a funny, Ellering's head snapped almost all the way back. Handsome Jimmy trying to go in too quick. Nails the turnbuckle with his shoulder. Ellering fires him across the ring. Plants a shoulder in the midsection. They're wheeling each other around, and Jimmy slinging covers the Hart, jumps across the table. No, Jimmy. No. Hey, Jimmy. That was Hart. Wow. Jimmy Hart. Hart rang the bell. It was not the referee. Now Hart trying to help Paul Morton, who was knocked out when Ellering hit him. A double-handed smack, and Ellering covers 1, 2, 3. And the hand being held high. the new Southern heavyweight champ. What happened was Jimmy Hart raced over here, dove over the table, rang the bell when Handsome Jimmy was on Ellering. Handsome Jimmy got up thinking that he had won the match. He was hurt, bleeding, out of his senses. And when he did get up, Ellering came up, double-handed him. The referee all the time was still on the floor. And Hart got the referee up into the ring. And the count by this time was on Jimmy Valiant and not on Paul Ellering. So Handsome Jimmy loses his belt in 15:26.
Okay, well, that was the way it went, and I would have to tip my hat to Jimmy Hart, who has got to be one of the fastest feet that I have seen in a long, long time. He came zipping around there and walked the bell, and